Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I am Danny McGinnis from Cisco, look after product management here for the Compute business unit. I am super excited to talk about all the great stuff we've been doing with Qumulo. We've been working on a partnership here for a little bit of time. We thought we were going to dive into kind of how that's helping you and what your takeaway should be. I'm here with Frank and Adam. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves really quick.
Hey, Frank Palumbo, spent a little time here at Cisco, but lately doing some strategic advising to Qumulo.
Yeah, great to see you again.
And my name's Adam Provost. I lead our go-to-market business here at Qumulo.
Oh, great. Thank you. All right, so I think what we're going to try to get into a little bit today, we're hearing so much. I mean, everything in our industry right now is sort of transforming itself, being reinvented. I think if you're on the IT side of the house, you know, all you're doing is thinking about new technologies, new vendors coming into the space. And so we're going to help kind of drive a little bit of clarity around that for you today. I think maybe we'll get started. Adam, I'm going to throw one over to you. I mean, before we even dive into specifically the technology, let's broaden it a little bit. Software-defined storage. It's probably one of the hottest topics in the industry that we hear about. Talk to me about how, you know, it compares against traditional storage, and and even under STS, there's a lot under the hood there. Why don't you unpack that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I talk to CIOs, when I talk to IT directors and decision makers in that space, storage has become this, this lower value topic. And really, at the end of the day, it's what is on that storage that really matters. And so from a Qumulo perspective, we look at it as a data. We look at it as a data fabric. And so the whole mission is to help customers not have to sacrifice making an either-or decision, because that's really what
I think it's the most important piece in this.
What we hear is that customers are forced to do something, whether they say, a great example is in the cloud. I can do this here or there. And with our software and what we've built in partnership with Cisco, it's very much an and. We want to build the bridge between the two worlds. You don't have to sacrifice whether you want to do it on-prem or in the cloud, or even on-prem to on-prem or edge to core, right? Like the enabling technology is really built between the partnership between Cisco and Qumulo and our data fabric.
Agreed. Frank, talk to me, expand on it a little bit.
Well, Dan, what I think is, really exciting in terms of what's happening to give businesses competitive advantages, really what's going on at the edge. So according to IDC and Forbes, 75% of the data is either going to be created and captured at the edge. And then 50 to 70% of that is going to be unstructured. So a big challenge for our IT customers, how do I manage and take care of this data? So as you start to look at building your shopping list, how do I address this problem for the business, university, or government? What do you need? What's your shopping list? What should it look like, right? So you need a really good data management platform, right? What Qumulo can provide. And it's got to have characteristics like low latency. So their prefetch technology, in essence, gives upstates edge to edge, edge to data center, practically happening in real time. And then part B of that shopping list, you need a world-class infrastructure, what Cisco is famous for. So in Cisco's new UCS technology, you're getting data center resilient technology at the edge. Networks, compute, and storage all put in there together. So the combination of these two things lets customers tackle that problem as to how to capture at the edge, and move forward with the business. And I didn't want to get into AI because it's on everything, but wherever you stand on the AI thing, obviously, the bigger data set you can capture, the better results you're going to get from AI. So capturing that data at the edge truly is going to give you a competitive advantage against what you're doing.
So Frank, thanks. You just brought the edge into this. Sure. Adam, I'm going to bring it over to you. Like, just throw me a real-world use case. Like, why is this so important? What are we seeing in terms of change of why the edge is becoming so critical?
Yeah, one that hits home for me personally, right? Like when we think about having lab work done, when we think about diagnostic work at the edge, one of our common customers, right? They have thousands and thousands of locations. And one of the biggest challenges they have is the wait time from collection to processing, and then waiting for processing to become available if there's large surges or some sort of sickness. We're now working to move that to the edge so that we can, in partnership with Cisco, leverage the data fabric that we have with the network fabric that you've built and do real-time processing. And so, like, as a customer myself, I think one of the things I always find interesting is watching that evolution happen, where I used to wait for like my lab results, and to now the latest round of my lab results, knowing that the technology is there, getting my results before I'm even home from having the lab work done. And the power of that is really unprecedented. It is the real world example of the bridge that we're able to build. All the data doesn't have to live at the edge. You just simply have to be able to access it and make it feel like it's at the edge in order to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, you mentioned like the whole idea of competitive advantage, making sure, I mean, this is the transformation that is happening. I think if our customers don't start to embrace it, you almost become at a disadvantage inside of whatever industry you're in, whether it be healthcare or manufacturing or retail or financial services. So, all right, well, we're gonna move towards a wrap here. I think, you know, for us, like the cultural alignment, I think is phenomenal. What you're doing at the data layer and at the storage layer is very much our belief in how we're trying to simplify operations at the management layer and at the infrastructure layer. So, you know, super proud of the work we're doing together and the partnership we have. Thank you everyone for your time today. I think if you want to learn a little bit more about the partnership, please check out some of the links below here in the video, and there's plenty of documentation. We'll continue to do what we're doing to try to make this easier for you and help you navigate some of these new transformations that we're experiencing. So thank you very much. See you on the next one.